Planets are very much smaller than the Sun. There are specific requirements for being called a planet. All of them together have less than 0.1% of the mass of the Sun. In 2006, the International Astronomers Union set 3 specific criteria for an object to be considered a planet. Criteria number 1. To be a planet, an object must be massive enough for gravity to squash it into a round ball. Vesta is the second most massive asteroid in our solar system and the brightest asteroid visible from Earth. Why isn't it called a planet? Click here to get a close look at the surface of Vesta. Vesta isn't alone. There are a lot of asteroids in our solar system. They are found in belts that orbit the Sun at distances where planets might have formed but didn't. Criteria number 2. To be a planet, an object must orbit a star. What star do the planets in our solar system orbit? Vesta and other asteroids orbit the Sun just like a planet. But remember, in order to be a planet, the object must meet all 3 criteria. All planets in the solar system revolve around the Sun. They orbit it. Moons orbit planets, which orbit the Sun. This shows the orbits of the planets plus Pluto. Rotating on an axis is not necessary for an object to be considered a planet, but all planets in our solar system rotate. All objects in the solar system orbit the Sun. They revolve around it. Some objects and all planets also rotate. Rotation is the spinning motion of an object around its own axis. Revolution is one object going around another. Criteria number 3. To be a planet, an object has to have cleared the neighborhood around its orbit. What do you think this means? The gravity of a planet will, over time, attract all the rocks, dust, and gas around its orbit. As a planet sweeps through its orbit, it cleans out all the other smaller objects. Objects with weaker gravitational attraction can't do that. Pluto used to be called the 9th planet in our solar system. However, in 2006, it was downgraded from planet to dwarf planet. Why do you think Pluto was downgraded? Is Pluto a planet? Click to learn more. Pluto was relabeled a dwarf planet because it does not meet the 3rd criteria. Pluto is not the dominant body in its orbit. Pluto's orbit is in the Kuiper Belt, an area that includes 1,500 icy celestial objects, some larger and some smaller than Pluto. Since the orbit is not cleared, none of these are considered a planet. There are 5 known dwarf planets in our solar system listed below, along with the year in which they were discovered. Ceres in 1801, Pluto in 1930, Haumea in 2004, Makemake in 2005, and Eris in 2005.